thought ways to divert to immediate depression happens before the act, calls exchange with diversionary conflicts and instability. Time from out ways you only can die once it needs to be accuracy solved. Their impact in Britain has been very unstable for a long time. Alaska, bring up the water from 2008. There's no scenario for a conflict of force, so it means only we can turn there. Impact also get turns cases against it, grow, de-escalate conflicts. No incentive to fight. If your economy is growing, lead us on. Don't need to divert pressure to elsewhere. Turns to Jimmy secretary that's kill power projected. Even a punk kills our credibility against all the morning our defense culture I knew it should be rejected. Also, as more before got to a war that talks about national security. If the biggest national defense guns ever are going to take out hegemony, then the app is also not going to solve hegemony because they need to just give a few SMRs so they can do it now. And then also turns Middle East, even if the pun cap is enforcing a quick withdrawal from the Middle East, it's figures are willing to war because the U.S. knows how the cause of instability. All the reasons why hedge solves the Middle East are reasons why this is why this vendor also withdraw from India, Pakistan. So it turns out impact. Now the uniqueness debate Lindsay you should view through is if political capital is not funded. I'm surprised they won this, but your evidence is not actually that good on the uniqueness debate. Evidence says that political capital is barely enough. Our doubting evidence says that a broad size compromise is possible, but a major flashpoint remains for raising tax rates, and this has the House remains dug in, but compromise will be difficult to reach even with political capital. These are very clear. They're very clear. Bring arguments. We didn't read the protest as mandatory. Even if we're going to business pressure, if they get pissed off, they can still back off. And now the political capital from the election says it is fragile. It's not enough to put it to. There's barely very close. Our evidence is better than this. Now the link. The link debate first. The military does not shield. The jig is out. The Congress has figured out that Obama has been sneaking in all sorts of clean energy to the military. It's shortly unpopular and would cause backlash. Our evidence is better in post-stage, which is important because it's perceived differently. That's the Snyder. They don't have a card that is specific to nuclear power within the military or even the clean energy within the military. They say generally funding the military is popular. Now other initiatives card is talking about things like Hurricane Sandy funding. Now, obviously the plan would directly affect the budget deal. The Snyder also indicates Obama would get the blame since he's been caught doing this before. Now military popular card is the context of troop safety. It doesn't assume the unpopular is the plan. It's spending in fiscal austerity also answers this. And if they try to say the plan comes out of the existing budget, you vote them down on topicality substantially. Said they met. They were a mass increase. They spent a ton of money. You don't let them get right. You got the new links also are DS. You didn't read the nuclear power popular card. You didn't read any defense cards. And you say I can't prepare for it right now. Now they're finishing the unpopular card. Bruce SMRs are uniquely bad. Nelson at 12. The grant program for SMRs would mark the major use for any technology that you actually calculation this and from politics. And so you have to be excited. The grant is compared to modern technology. There's something we can track the Republican label. The government subsidies is one factor is awful with the data that's established priorities. And now the econ stuff, the cliff overwhelms the pump kills. Even a pump kills the economics, kills investor confidence and willingness to speak up the market. Even if they solve the long run, it takes a long time. We're all going to die before they can short from economic collapse. And cliff makes the economy structurally unsustainable because there's so many budget cuts, so many program cuts. They can't actually. There's no consumer spending to fund the economy. Also specific to cliff that doesn't pick the economy partners do. You should protect it. Also, our apartment, the one I see is still just better than it's too short. Doesn't have any more. I answered their hedge and many turns already. Now, DoD. The evidence is not specific, and our evidence says nuclear power is unpopular, not just that it is specifically spending now, and also Congress needs to, also as Thomas County example, now Congress also needs to approve their contracts for Work 5, recruitment, funding, policy, parts, the entire cost, funding the university, prepare for the real cost, the funding the person, the entire cost of it, used in saving money in the long run, it doesn't matter, because there's an upfront capital cost, and all the nuclear power like so why. Hey. The grid is resilient. The grid is resilient. We have multiple reasons why. Actually, if you have only predictive evidence, it's actively improving because there are upgrades, there are backups, there are new technological innovations. The 2003 example means that there's no possibility that natural disasters can be predicted. It has been one of the last 10 years, probably is one of the next 10 years. So you should prepare for the time for the distant. Now also the technology thing is increasing. Now that's the chemical evidence says that it's going to sure. Now there's no risk of cyber attacks. Multiple attacks like incident air gapping means the military can't be taken out. Even it does also detection, deterrence, and upgrades. It has the best empirical analysis that is the only thing that's not in the military is an incentive to make up for us to get rid of it. Says that substance was an anomaly. It's impossible to replicate users prepared. Also, the impacts hype more just because there's more malware and more terrorism. The attacks are any easier because the defense is also upgraded just as quickly. That's the great evidence. Also, to prove the cyber attack is impossible. Just at high cost causing misinterpreted escalation. It takes a ton of energy, a ton of investment to get in there. Also, there are threat conflation to private and the second military have incentive to lie and go. Now the Alaska stuff. The unique starts from 2000. 2008 is from 4 years ago. If it didn't happen now, it's probably going to happen from another 4 years. Also, there's multiple checks are compelling, like institutions, deterrence, and commitment to stable cooperation. The current military organization is stable. That's largely the only empirical examples that is from the McAllister. They want to cooperate. They're obviously not going to accidentally launch nukes at each other because they're hotlines. They can talk to each other, or the article links here for that is that when only rationalists and force going through economic class, and also subs. Check it. They made an argument. They said they have expertise. They said they have expertise in the subs. That means the subs can check it. We have nuclear deterrence, so there's no scenario for them to go to war. Now on the cliff. Like the putt argument is new in the 1AR. The 2AC argument was going over the cliff is okay, as you should be rejected. Any new card in the 1AR should be rejected. Now water. There are a lot of cards in the 1AR red that are new and should be rejected. Are new and should be rejected. A couple of first, it takes a long time to have those. Their arguments. They also can see the hedge and all the internal links are other index with better internal links. Or larger internal links. In fact, now on the defense, there's a couple of peer-reviewed evidence on historical examples. They haven't given an example of when water wars happened. All those stuff. Predictive evidence in the future is from not documented sources. Bunch of news sources. The oil example is different. It's always more economical for them to cooperate over water, because water is an economic quality and a military thing like oil. Now the mass death we're going to see also extinction now is the Barnett evidence says head shell extinction. We turn now the global war evidence from 2K. It's also from the also from the editor of the newspaper. There's no warrants here. Anything that's new in the 1 hour you should reject.